I do believe that every competition is important. The Allianz League has always been important to Tyrone, and this is a final. And we were in the Division 2 final before a few years ago, and we didn't win it, and that's very disappointing. We topped the table, I think, that year as well, beat Kildare on the way to the final, but they beat us in the final. So we really don't want a repeat of that, and that's what we're hoping for if we don't bring our best game. So it is very important that we win this final.
Cavan don't win finals very often. We don't get to them very often, never mind win them. So, it is important that we try and take something out of this. Promotion, as well, and you're playing in any kind of a league, the Allianz leagues or whatever it is, the ultimate goal is to get promoted, and we've done that. Sometimes maybe the Division 1s would look at it as staying and getting to the finals, but we want to probably win this game. It's probably more important to us than it is to Tyrone to have something that we can be tangible and touch on and put a medal in our pocket and refer back to that.
We're very happy with our form insofar as that we qualified for Division 1 next year. We qualified for the league final. That can only be good, but I suppose the fact that we had 5 wins out of 5 and then drew our last 2 games gives us a bit of cause for concern that we might have sort of fallen back a little bit in our performance levels. But we'll have to try and raise them again for the final, because this is a one-off game. It's a knockout competition now. Somebody will win the cup and somebody won't be getting it. So we really have to get our mindset into that place.
The first 2 defeats were... It wasn't that we weren't prepared well for them and that. We were beaten by Tyrone by 2 points and Derry by 1 point. But probably the Derry one hurt more than the Tyrone one, because we felt that on the day against Tyrone, if we had got a draw, we would have been happy enough. But the Derry game, we felt we had done more than enough to get a result out of it. And it probably hurt us, and it probably drove us on then for the next 5 games.
They're in a much better place than they were when we played them in the league. That was the end of January, and it was a wet night, poor conditions. They were probably unfortunate not to get anything out of the game, and a week later they lost to Derry, and it looked like they weren't going to be in contention for the upper part of the league campaign. But they really turned that around for themselves, and I think they're to be admired for that, because I would say if we had started with 2 games and no points, I would have been very concerned about whether we'd make promotion or not. So I think it's to their credit that they did that, given the bad position they found themselves in after 2 games.
Tyrone are always highly rated. They've been in the top 5 or 6 teams for the last 10, 12 years in the country. So, and they're backing that up again now with another team that won an All-Ireland 21 last year, and there's some very good young players coming on. Tyrone is Tyrone, and you always have to take them serious. We play Tyrone in Mechanic Cups, and it's probably as serious as playing them in the first round of the championship, so it's as simple as that. We've always probably performed reasonably well against them, and if we can play up to what ability is there in the squad, we hope that we can get the result.